Game of Thrones was meant to have a better ending, and here's why. Welcome back to More Endings, where we explore better alternate endings to Game of Thrones. Get ready for a wild ride of discovering exciting new twists and turns. Whether you loved or had mixed feelings about the series' ending 4 years later, every Jot fan knows deep down that there are better ways the production crew could have wrapped up the series. In the season finale, the mighty Iron Throne met its ultimate demise, and the traditional ways of picking rulers in the Seven Kingdoms were reformed. But what's worse, Bran Stark swooped in to claim the throne. We definitely didn't see that one coming. But who let that happen? Sansa Stark, on the other hand, also declared the North's independence, ruling it like a boss. Indeed, destinies were rewritten, but not in the way fans loved it. Let's not forget Jaime and Cersei as well, the sibling duo who met their end under a rain of bricks. And oh boy, Daenerys took a wild turn, going all crazy and causing an uproar among the regular folks. That left everyone's jaws hanging low. A different way it could have ended? One act of betrayal or a single act of greed could have changed how it ended forever. Here are some of the exciting endings that we could have seen. The White Walkers near victory. The White Walkers almost wipe out the living. In Game of Thrones, the White Walkers are like the spooky shadow of doom. They're basically the winter that is coming on their legs and want to wipe out all the warm-blooded creatures in a super dramatic way. Guess what? In The Long Night, the White Walkers got a surprise defeat. It's weird. They seem all powerful, but maybe they weren't as tough as we thought. Or did the producers actually flop it? Imagine this for a sad but cool ending. The Night King and his army wreck everything in Westeros, and it takes a huge effort to beat them. Now that's more thrilling. It's like a mix of winning and losing, which would be a super fitting end for Game of Thrones. Plus, it totally matches the show's vibe, squashing all the good stuff under its grim foot. This chaos is exactly what some fans were hoping for in the grand finale. But boy, were they disappointed. Speaking about disappointment, many fans were shattered to see the sad end of their favorite Daenerys. But on the flip side, Daenerys goes for peace, but it comes with a price. A Daenerys U-turn. Imagine this twist. Daenerys is on Drogon's back, chilling above King's Landing when the bells of surrender ring. She's super mad, just like in The Bells, but then she takes a deep breath and holds back. She doesn't tell Drogon to burn everything. And what happens? Right at that moment of clear thinking, someone shoots her down. It's a wild scene. Daenerys and Drogon meet their end together. However, this ending fixes the issue of Daenerys going all crazy out of the blue. What's even cooler is that it wraps up Daenerys' whole journey and the Targaryen legacy deeply and meaningfully. She decides not to go full Mad Queen since she wasn't intending to follow her dad's dark reputation. Yet, it makes you wonder if being a bit brutal was the only way to be the boss in Westeros. Is this a win or a loss? That is a real head-scratcher. But in this alternate ending, Daenerys rocks by freeing tons of people, bringing back dragons, and restoring her dignity. But here's the kicker. When it comes to running the show in Meereen, Astapor, and King's Landing, she hits a snag. This tricky situation made Game of Thrones and Daenerys super famous. They're both tangled up in tough choices, ending in a mix of light and dark. The kind of messy ending that suits them both. But how about another ending where Sansa Stark rules over all 7 kingdoms? Sansa, Queen of the Kingdoms. Even though Tyrion really tries to make us believe Bran should be the big boss, it doesn't quite click. Bran's adventure feels extra, not to talk about the fact that he went missing in action in Season 5. So why should we nod with Tyrion, saying Bran's got the coolest story, especially with Sansa in front of him? Makes you wonder for sure. Truly, Sansa becomes the queen in the North. Not too shabby, right? And technically, she's not too keen on ruling the other 6 kingdoms anyway. But picture this for an alternate reality. Tyrion finishes his talk and gives Sansa a little nod. It makes way more sense to cheer for her journey than Bran's. From being all innocent to a total survivor and now a strong leader, Sansa's win is all about massive growth.
Tommen Baratheon?
She's the real MVP. Bran is a sole protagonist in his own world, totally disconnected from everyone else. Meanwhile, Sansa's story is about being swallowed up by the chaos, but breaking free from it. Isn't that the escape many of her folks dreamed about? She's the queen who stands tall for people that need someone to look up to. Fans would cheer their hearts out for this kind of ending. But with Bran, it was more like everyone was thrown off the tracks. That wasn't exactly a crowd pleaser. Another interesting ending that could please everyone is if we witness a Targaryen reformation, a new leadership. What if Daenerys Targaryen, Jon Snow, and Tyrion Lannister team up to fix King's Landing and set up a new way of ruling? They've seen how the old fights messed things up, so they're all about justice, fairness, and keeping the kingdom happy. Daenerys and Jon become co-rulers, promising to share the power and not go all bossy like some Targaryens. They set up this council with people from every part of the Seven Kingdoms, so everyone gets a say in the big decisions. It's like teamwork ruling instead of one person calling all the shots. Surely amazing for an ending. With Daenerys and Jon leading the way, fairness becomes a big deal in their rule. They fix old problems, make laws to stop power-hungry folks, and make changes to make life better for regular folks. They're all about being open and accountable, and everyone regular and fancy nobles trust them big time. And the big brain behind the scenes is Tyrion Lannister,